G'day viewers, I've been getting a lot of requests to show how I do depopulating, and I've already made videos of it. I wasn't going to do another one, but I've got crate loads of overflowing boards that need to be depopulated. So I thought, well, okay, why not? I don't think there'll be any need to make any more. So what I do is I start with an empty tub and something to hold the boards with. I just use these wire cutters, I don't have pliers. So I grab hold of a board and I start with this one. It's a motherboard, and I look for the things that I want to take off. I know a lot of people like to keep these, but I find the gold on them is so minute. It's just a very tip, such a small amount. To consume the pins with nitric acid would cost more than the little bit of gold that I would get. So I tend not to keep these, or these, or these, or these, or these, or these. But these ones here, they've got a good little bit amount of gold on them. So I quite like those, I get those. And then there's pins on the end here. And sometimes they've got a really good coating and sometimes not. These ones here don't have a very good coating. If they fall off, I'll probably include them in my pins, but I won't try and get them off. So then I look for things like chips that I want to get. There's a transistor there, there's a small IC chip there, and a bigger one here, and a little one next to it, and there's one there. Some more transistors there, a group of transistors along here, and a little IC chip there, some more transistors here, and then there's the gold here that was for the CPU slots. And on the back there's nothing. There's a few MLCCs. I'll take those off first because they're harder to pick up in a tub like this with all the other stuff in there. And normally I have the plastic still on here, but this one came off, so this is going to be a challenge. Normally what I do for these slots is I actually turn the board over and I heat the back, because I don't want to burn the plastic. I heat the back here and then I bang it on the tub and the CPU slot falls off. But as I don't have the plastic on this one, I'll have to get some sort of container and like put the container on the table, hold this over it, and then brush them off as they melt. Brush them into the container. I can't use plastic because it'll be hot and it'll melt them, so I've got to find a ceramic bowl or something that I can use, or a stainless steel bowl. So first, before I start depopulating, I go around and look for MLCCs, which I think I've already got them off the side, but I seem to have missed those ones. So I've got a chisel and I go around and I pick those off first. Then I start up my heat gun. Got my heat gun here. I get that up to temperature, takes a little while, and then I'll show you what I'll do then. Okay, so the gun's heating up, and heating pins up like this into a bowl is totally different. It's not something that I normally do when I'm depopulating. I normally do this on its own, but I need to get these off of this board, so it shouldn't take very long. The shoulder doesn't take long to melt. You can see them all moving, and I can just brush them off like that. It's good they can't fall any further now. Okay, so they're off. Now while I'm doing this, while I've got a bowl prepared, I've got a whole pile of pinned CPUs which I've been meaning to depopulate. So I might as well do that now while I'm set up for it, and then I'll go back to doing the boards. So I just grab one and carefully with the tip of my cutters on the corner where there's no pins, I hold on to it like that. I don't get too close, just enough to put some good heat onto it. And then usually when you drop it on the bowl like that, they come off. So now the pins are gone. There's no good. This CPU is no good now, so it goes in the trash. Grab another one. They don't give you much to hold on to. I've already taken the MLCCs out of the middle. So I should be able to just tap it on the bowl. I need some better cutters to hold on to this. There's not enough here to hold on to. I'll get something sorted. Okay, so I've got these little cutters, finer tip on them. Now I could either just brush them off with the thing, or I can just try tapping like that. My hand's so close now, it's getting hot. So I try to use the other cutters where I can. There's probably a much easier way. Some of you guys are probably looking at this and thinking, what are you doing? But normally just a good tap is enough to make them come off. Make sure they're all off. Some were stuck on the back here. Alright, so I'll do one more of these. There's no point in showing you the whole lot. Alright, so I got hold of that one. Really hot with this. Cutters are too short, my hand's so close. Problem is I can't squeeze hard on the board because it will just cut it. See how they're all coming off? Okay, so I've got all those off. I'll carry on and do those, and I'll come back when we start doing the boards. Alright, so that's all the CPU's done. Nice little pile of pins. And I'm going to count how many there was now because I didn't count them before and I should have. So I'll do that, I'll count them, but then I'll get set up and start doing the boards. Alrighty, so back to the board. Now I find a place to hide it. There's a good place right here. And I just put the heat on whatever it is I want to remove. So I've got these two chips in the corner here. So I just put the heat across those. You've got to wait a few seconds. This heat gun doesn't get overly hot. I suppose a more expensive brand probably would. But then they just slide off. Right, the stubborn ones, I'll show you what to do with those when we find one. Anything surface mounted, you should be able to just slide it off. Just heat the solder up and just push it off. There's really not much to say, it's pretty easy. So keep looking for chips, transistors. You can usually see when you're looking at the solder when it melts. So I'm going to get these plastic things off out of my way. Those 2 and these 4. So what I do is I turn it over and I hit the back. Because there's 3 mounted, they've got the pins in the back here. Look in the board, see where they are, they're right there. You're going to hit the solder up until it all melts, and then you can knock it out. Just give it a tap on the side of the box, out they come. See, those 2 are off. So now I'll do these 4. For some reason, some solder melts a lot faster than others, and I don't think there's any silver solder involved. It's probably just the age. There they go. Gone. So, like I said, these pins in the end normally look alright, but I don't think these ones are anything special. So there's a chip here. Couple of IC chips here. So it's just the hot air's getting to my hand when I'm holding the board. So what I do now is I'll heat underneath here and take all these off. So I turn it over. And start melting the solder in the back. I wouldn't have thought that I'd need to make a video on this because it's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. But whatever, you know. This isn't exactly an old computer, so these chips, these plugs are not going to be very high quality. I don't think the gold in the pins is going to be very good. There you go, done. But don't be tempted to whack the board with the heat gun because you'll break the filament inside. I found that the hard way. I kept taking them back saying why they're breaking down for, they stopped working. Luckily they didn't realise what I was doing. A big row of transistors here and little IC chips. That easy. so now the board's no good to me. Down the trash. And I've got a small one here. So I've got all those chips on the back here, chips on the front, and these plugs. So I'll start with the, gotta find somewhere to hold it that's not going to be in the way. So there's a good spot. I'll get these ones off first. Once the solder melts, it's no effort to brush them off. They come off real easy. Sometimes you just got to hit it a bit harder. So that chip in the middle is no good, right? You know, don't worry about those ones. If you can see a little circuit die, the chip's no good. You're wasting your time. That's it. Okay, so now that board's no good. There's nothing else left on there that I want. And that's it. So pretty much I'm going to go through those two crates, and then there's a big tub at the bottom, and get all those boards and do the same thing. It's going to take me an hour or two. And then the painstaking job is at the end, where I have to go through everything in this tub, which, you know, there's not much now, but there will be when I'm finished, and pick out. I get little Chinese containers, and I'll put one in here, and I'll pick out the most of what I can see. So it might be like RAM, so I'll put all the RAM in the container, and then there might be a lot of ICs that I can see, so I'll get another container, and I'll put it in here, and I'll just pick ICs into the tub. And these little transistors go in the same thing because they're treated the same way. And I'll pick all these out, and I'll just keep going until I've got everything out that I want. So it's a boring job, but it's got to be done. So there's not really much more to tell you guys. That's all there is to it. I know there's lots of other ways that people depopulate. Some use chisels, hammer chisels. The guy that brings chips to me to refine, he gets his off with a hammer chisel, and it just smashes all the chips to pieces, and I like them to be like whole. So I prefer this method, but you know, each to their own. Some people lay their boards on a hot sand bed. They put some, like in a dish we just had, put some sand in there, and then just sit the board on it. And as the solder melts, they can tip it upside down and knock out all the stuff. But I don't like that method, because if there's any chips or anything on the underside of the board where it sits on the sand, then you've got to try and pick them out of the sand, and that's not for me. So there's not much more I can tell you. That's about it. For those who wanted to know how I depopulate, I hope this has helped. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. If you find that you get any content out of my video, if you like what you see and you benefit and you get knowledge that you didn't know before and you think I'm doing all right, and you'd like to buy me a cup of coffee, then for about $2.50 or $3, whatever it is, on the you see a members tab and you can become a member for a cost of a cup of coffee. It's pretty good. And I'll in the future be having draws, some draws for the subscribers, but also another draw for the members, so it pays to be a member. Make it worth your while for helping me. Alrighty, see you on the next one. Bye.